Okay, here's the review. Hopefully you guys are watching it or else doing it. So tomorrow's our quiz. So let's take a look at this. Simplify the following. Let's see. We know how to do a lot of this. So I'm just going to go that times that times that. I'm just going to do the super properties. I'm going to get a 15x squared minus a 20x, right? That's it. Done. Number 2 is just a bigger version of it. I know x times x cubed is x times x squared is x cubed, so I'm going to get a 4x times a 5x squared is a 20x cubed. 4x times 2x is a minus 8x squared because x times x. And 4x times negative 7 is a negative 28x. Done. Number 3, we're going to have to FOIL or double series, however you want to call it. So 2x times 3x, x times x, 6x squared. 2x times a negative 5 makes a negative 10x. 3 times 3x is a positive 9x. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Now I can combine these two middle terms. So I can have a 6x squared minus a 1x minus 15. Okay, that's the answer. Hold on, I like the highlighter because then, you know, there you go. Highlight my answers, highlight my answers. Number 4, I just have to go this times this times this times this. So let's see how I can do it. X times x squared is an x cubed. X times a negative 5x, a negative 5x squared. X times a 7 is a positive 7x. Then I got to take the negative 2 times all three of these. So I'm going to go negative 2 times x squared is a negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times 5x is a positive 10x. And negative 2 times 7 is a negative 14. Okay, then just add straight down. I like to line them up. Helps me out. So I got an x cubed minus a 7x squared plus a 17x minus 14. And that's it. Can't combine any more terms because they're all different. Okay? All right. Now, factoring. So, number 5 is common factoring. All they have in common is a multiple of 6 and an x. So I'll common factor that out, and I'd have a x minus 2 left over. That's all. It's common factoring. Number 6 looks to be like common factoring as well because they all have a common multiple of 7 and they all have a common x. So I take out that and let's see what I get. Okay. So 7x out of 7x cubed leave me an x squared. 7x out of 14 gives me a negative 2x, and 7x out of 28 gives me a positive 4. Okay, and there's nothing more I can do. That is all. Okay. 7. All right, this is actually pretty easy. Parentheses, 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 parentheses. I'm going to divide up the x squared into x times x. 81, I think, is 9 and negative 9, so I'm going to go positive 9, negative 9. And that's all I have. 8's a trinomial, so I'm going to go parentheses, 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 x and x, and I need the multiples of 8, well, negative 8, right? So I'm going to go negative 4 and positive 2 because they will combine to make the negative 2. Okay? Hopefully this seems easy. I hope so. Number 9, this is a little bit harder because of the 2 here, so I know I'm going to have to do something like this. The 2x squared. I'm going to have to do something like a 2x and an x. And then I need the multiples of 2. Now I've got to be careful. I'm going to put the 2 here and the 1 here. The 2 here because I see a 4 and a 1. Remember that double smile. I'm trying to make this 5. I'm trying to make the 5. There's a 1x and there's a 4x. The 1x and the 4x do make the 5. So here is the factored version of that. Okay, number 10. Well, what I notice is I can common factor out an x. So I'm going to do that. Common factor out an x. I'm sorry, 2. I said that wrong. Common multiple of 2. My bad. So take out the 2x squared. Take out a 2 minus 1x. Take out a 2 and I get a minus 6. Now, this can be done again. We can factor this one again. How does that work if I do it again? Well, keep the 2 there, and I think I can break up the x squared into x and x. Negative 6 can be a negative 3 and a positive 2 because those two will combine to make the negative 6. Okay. Okay, number 11. I need some graph paper, so I'm going to grab some graph paper to do number 11. Let's see what I know. Okay. so I know that it is like y equals x squared, except for it's been translated. So it's been translated. I know the vertex now is at 5, -9. Okay, so I'm going to do a translation. So let me go ahead and try and graph this in. There's my vertex, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's in vertex form. I translated over 5 down 1. And then I know it's an x squared, so I can go straight here and do the, well, over 1 squared is 1. Over 2, 2 squared is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 3 squared is 9, which puts me right there. And of course I know it's symmetrical, right? I know it's symmetrical over the line of symmetry. It's right there in the middle on the vertex. So that's what I get, okay? All right, what do I know? Well, I know the vertex, right? I need the line of symmetry. I got that line of symmetry is that x equals 5, right? X equals 5. I know that the x-intercepts are at 2, 0, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0. The y-intercept is a little way up here. But to find the y-intercept, I know x is 0. So let x equal 0 for the y-intercept. I can do that. Okay, so I'm going to go then y equals 0 minus 5 squared. So putting 0 in for x. Minus 9. Let's see, that's going to be a y equals a 25 minus 9 because 5 squared. And that's going to be what, a 16, right? So there's my y-intercept is at 0, 16. Okay, 16. Domain's easy. We talked about domain. Domain we know is always going to be x equals all real numbers. And we know our range, well, it starts at a height of -9. It goes up. Y squared and equal to -9. Okay, good. That takes care of 11. Okay, turn the page. Okay, describe words and then graph it. Okay, so here's what I know. I know a couple of things. That fx is going to be translated opposite, so it's going to go right. Use words. 2, and then up 5. Because of the negative, it's going to be reflected over the x-axis. I also know it's going to have a vertical shrink of 1/2. Now, if I graph this, all right, I can do that. This is number 12. Let's go ahead, and I know that it's going to go 2 and 5. And it's going to be upside down, but half as wide. So instead of 1, 1, it's 1, 1/2. So 2, 4, it's 2, 2. Instead of 3, 9, it's 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Okay, and of course it is symmetrical over its line of symmetry. So here it goes, the other one, that one, and that one. Okay, there we go. All right, 13. Okay, these are the two that we worked on Friday. So let's take a look at it, okay? First of all, we need an equation. Find the equation. So vertex. Oh, that's a nice hint. So I'm going to start with y equals ax minus h squared plus k, because that's my vertex formula. Well, here's my h and my k. Put my -4 there, and my -2 there. So I'll go y equals a times x minus a -4, minus 4 makes a +4 squared minus 2. Okay, now I need the value of a. So let's find a. How do I find a? Well, I need another point. I've got another point. So I've got an x and a y. Put my 5 in for y. Put my 0 in for x. Now all I got to do is solve for a. All right, that's not too bad. So I'm going to go 5 equals a times 16 minus 2, right, because 4 squared, plus 2, 7 equals a times 16. Let's see, 7 equals a times 16. Divide by 16, divide by 16. So there it is. A is going to equal 7/16. So my equation, let's go back to here. Y equals 7/16 times x plus 4 squared minus 2. Okay, there is my equation. Awesome. I can do this. Okay, now last one, given to me as zeros or x-intercepts form. Okay, I have an equation for that. Y equals a times x minus h, x minus k, right? So in this case, I'm going to put my -3 there, and I'm going to put my 5 there. So I'm going to go y equals a times x minus the -3, minus 3 or plus 3, times x, put my 5 there, minus 5. So I've got an equation, but I need to find a. So find the value of a. Okay, how do I do that? I need another point. I've got one. I've got an x and a y value, right? So I'm going to put my 3 in for y and my 0 in for both x's, Okay, put 3 here. Put my 0 in for both x's. Okay, let's see if I can simplify that, okay? 3 equals a times 3 times -5. 3 equals -15a, because, I just multiplied those. 3 times -5. Divide, oops, that's a 3, my bad. Divide by -15, and I can reduce this to -1/5, right? 3 and 3, so a is -1/5. Okay, so I'm going to put my -1/5 right there. So I'll rewrite this as y equals -1/5, x plus 3, x minus 5. And there I have it, okay? So this is what you're going to see on your quiz on Monday, okay? So good luck. If you have any questions, come see me.